Oke, selanjutnya, kemudian apa sih itu angina stabil? Terus bagaimana sih terjadinya angina stabil? Jadi kalau atau bisa dibilang patofisiologinya itu seperti apa sih gambarannya gitu ya. Jadi saya minta adik-adik untuk mendengarkan dulu video yang ada ini. Mudah-mudahan ada yang bisa nyantol sedikit ya. Sebelumnya nanti akan saya jelaskan. Tapi paling tidak kalian bisa memperhatikan dulu video yang ada.
Hi, this is Andrew Wolf. So in this video, you will learn about stable angina and how it's caused by an imbalance between oxygen supply and demand to the myocardium, or the heart muscle, and how this is caused by a stable plaque or an atheroma that is causing the coronary arteries to be partially constricted and causing reversible ischemia that occurs.
Jadi pertama itu adalah adanya ketidakseimbangan antara supply and demand.
Mismatch between oxygen demand and supply. So demand actually increases. Oxygen demand increases in the myocardium.
Okay.
When the heart rate increases. So when there's an increase in heart rate, when there is increased contractility, so the muscles are working faster.
Jadi heart rate yang meningkat atau kontraktilitas yang meningkat akan menyebabkan adanya peningkatan demand.
Primarily, when we talk about supply of oxygen to the myocardium, we're mostly talking about perfusion, and to a lesser degree to systemic oxygen saturation and hematocrit. So these are variables as well, but the primary variable is perfusion. Now, typically the body can increase perfusion quite significantly. So, at rest, our perfusion is a baseline of a baseline multiple of 1, and this can increase during exercise to up to 6 times normal perfusion to the myocardium. So, what happens in stable angina is that the ability to increase our perfusion to the myocardium gets significantly reduced because of atheroma. So we're going to talk about that next. So how does that happen? Okay, so here we have a cross section of a
normal. Ini gambarnya yang normal.
As you can see, it's wide open. There's nothing obstructing the lumen. Now, with patients that have coronary arteries,
yang bawah ini seperti yang gambar tadi ya.
Atheromas or fatty plaques in the coronary arteries, and these can occur at various places, and they're more troublesome in some places than others. And what these plaques look like, if you look at the cross section of the artery, is something like this. Now, this, so we have a fatty plaque here that is partially obstructing the lumen of the vessel, and this has an impact on the amount of blood that can flow through. So this actually decreases the potential flow through the vessel, right? So when the person is at rest and demand is low, the flow is not that high, right? But when the person exercises and demand
misalnya apabila ada exercise, jadi akan meningkat demand-nya
kan? Have restrictions in this flow. So if we restrict potential flow and we ask for a high flow, then we may have an actual decrease in flow during high demand states. So what's going to happen? Well, during those high demand states, a person, the coronary artery disease downstream of this area is going to is not going to be able to keep up with demand, and we are going to end up with an area of ischemia. Okay, so again, ischemia means that there is tissue that is not receiving adequate oxygenation. Now, this ischemia, do not confuse the ischemia with infarction. The tissue is not dying, but because it has reduced oxygen flow, it is causing the cells to have to shift from aerobic metabolism to anaerobic metabolism, which causes a buildup of acid, lactic acid in the tissues, and that is actually what is causing the chest pain. So this ischemia causes pain, which is the characteristic symptom, chest pain, of angina. Okay, now why is it stable angina? Well, it's stable because the plaque is actually stable. So a stable plaque results in stable symptoms. So the plaque is slowly increasing in size over time. So it's not causing any acute changes. Sure, this picture here actually depicts time as a plaque sort of increases over time. Okay. Now I want to kind of talk a little bit about the decreased flow potentials.